What is up, everyone? So back for another video on old stew. So what I'm working on in this one, I've been basically kind of putting off finalizing this cage in and putting these door bars in until I kind of got the majority of the welding done on the car. And as you guys know, both the quarter panels are in there. So now I can, get these door bars in here and finalize all the welds on the cage. There is a rule, if you couldn't go all the way around on some of these, you can use a little plate to put or to strengthen it. So one cool thing that I picked up, I picked up this Miller Multimatic 220. I got my own welder now, mainly been using my dad's welder for the majority of this work. And the cool thing about this one is it's a multi-process, so I can do TIG welding. And what I've been working on currently is kind of dialing in some of these welds. They were a little objectionable, one may say, so I was kind of dialing it in with the TIG. And probably next thing I'm going to work on is making some closeout plates for this roll cage and kind of fixing up this rear package tray. And then I'll work on getting all the welds done that I need to on this cage, get those door bars built, and then I'll sand this all and paint it. We got some satin black paint that's, direct to metal. And I also need to do the roof in here. Definitely going to be a messy job. There's like some sound deadening on there, kind of went away and it's falling all apart, so probably throw some rags over the car and put a respirator on and just suffer through it with the vacuum in here or something. But that's what I'm working on in this video. One thing that I still need to work on this car, sanding all these welds down and then also shaving these drip rails. But I kind of want to get some more practice with the TIG. I think TIG welding is going to be my best bet for, such a fine weld in there. So I'll practice with that and we'll see if we cover that in this video, but I think it might be in another one. All right, making good progress on this thing. So I'm gonna, toot the template horn a little harder, or again, one may say. This is really helpful for when you're trying to make kind of an intricate patch. I obviously have it on this now. Going to use this cutter, these shears they're called, to cut it out. But when you have something like this where it has a lot of different contours, what I try and do is keep the lines pretty straight and then make a template to fit in there, because otherwise you're going to be doing a lot of cutting and you'll have to cut it really large and like shrink it down and do a lot more grinding than you'll need to. So I got this patch in here. It kind of had a little pop can. I tried to hit it with the torch and I think I made it a little worse, but it's good enough. I'm going to put upholstery over it. And I did get it so, it's kind of closed out on the inside. You can see, so the roll cage goes through there, looks a lot cleaner. And definitely a journey to do that one, but anytime you have two that you're doing, second one, takes half the time. So I'm gonna get to cutting this and try and get this one in this evening. And then I still gotta do the one for the center. And then we'll be pretty much done with this package tray. Then I gotta sand it all and get it painted. I'm kind of doing this thing in, painting. We painted the inside of that, painted the inside of there, and this side. I still gotta paint the trunk, the roll cage, and that roof area, and obviously this package tray. I still need to put Bondo in here. I made this patch. I think I have it in this video, but this patch was kind of hard. It's not perfect. It's gonna definitely need a layer of Bondo on there, but we're making progress. Going on a little trip soon, so glad to get some work done on the Nova before I head to where I'm headed. So we're gonna get this cut out. It's gonna look good. Got the patch in there, looks good. So compared to the other side, what I did with this one is I really took my time to make these welds. Didn't do long areas at once because it kind of caused that side to warp a little bit. As I said, no big deal. I'm gonna put some upholstery over that of some sort. And I got the one in here, kind of hard to see, but it looks really clean now. I'm looking at it, from left to right. And all I need to do, I'll try and do it tomorrow, is get this patch made that kind of covers up that X. It's definitely a crap ton of work, but we got it done. And still need to grind this side, and then, as I said, I'll paint this stuff. So we're making good progress. Sorry for the delay on these stew videos, but you work it in when you can. This is on our shop, or my parents' shop, so I can't work on it during the week, so is what it is. I'm getting that shop where I live all set up, so I'll be working on Zed pretty soon, and I also have kind of a cool update for the TSX. We'll see if that one comes before this video, but should be really cool what I'm doing to it. So I'll catch you guys tomorrow. We are freaking making progress on this old cage. So in some of the areas, you know, like around here and the other side, the welds were a little funky looking. So I kind of cleaned them up with the TIG welder, which is definitely a nice thing to have around. So got them pretty much all dialed in. And then in the area where I couldn't get all the way around, I put these little gussets in there on each side. You can see they're on both sides. So we should be good to pass certification once it's all together. And I think you get a plate or something once it's all spec'd out. So yeah, and actually it's interesting. I don't think this X-brace, looking through the rules, is actually required, but should stiffen up the car and make it real nice and sturdy. So I got this door bar completed on that side. I'm working on getting this one done. Definitely, things have definitely shifted around since I first got welding on this cage. So what I'm going to do is cut these welds, probably these 3, and kind of move it around so I can, you know, get this hole lined up. So that's kind of the last piece of the puzzle. And then I need to scrape all this stuff off the roof and paint the cage, paint this area back here, and kind of touch up the floor where I put the subframe connectors in. And that should be kind of our last paint job that we need to do for this inside of the car, probably the trunk and underneath as well. And then I can start getting the outside prepped for a nice coat of epoxy. So I'm staying on it, definitely a lot of work, and it's Thanksgiving Day today. So thankful for all you guys, and I'm gonna get back to work. And we're actually celebrating Thanksgiving tomorrow, so that should be fun. Got the frickin' cage completed. So you know, got all these patches in here and all these bars in here. So, you know, the final weld on these, everything unpins perfectly, goes back together real nice. So should make it a lot easier, you know, not having to deal with those when you're just kind of daily driving or, you know, putting around in the car. You don't have to have the race car bars in there. Makes it easier to get it in and out. So it looks really good. You can see all the welds, a couple gussets here and there. Definitely a big milestone. Hopefully you all enjoyed that time lapse. Definitely got a little dirty in there, but we got it, you know, part of the way there. Definitely needs a little sanding around kind of the perimeter, not, you know, directly above where all that stuff was, but kind of around there, and I got to sand the cage. But one thing I've been working on kind of in the interim is getting, you know, a hitch basically for the back of the car so I can tow it down to our paint booth so I don't make as much of a mess in here. Tried to alleviate some of that with these drop cloths, and then I locked the steering up here so I can tow it without these all going crazy. I need to get a pitman arm and rebuild my steering box, but that's kind of on hold until I get rest of this paint work done and, you know, some of this body work done. And yeah, we'll get back on this tomorrow. I'm going to put the rust converter on there and you know, try and get this painted this weekend. So we're making progress. It's all looking good. Been frickin' working feverishly on this roof. So I would hit it with the light. Here, let me see if I can get my phone out real quick. Yeah, so I got this rust kill on there and got it pretty much, you know, as sanded as I can. Then I'm gonna neutralize it and hit it with some satin black. Also got this back area painted and the roll cage sanded. So I'm trying to think if I wanna, you know, paint this back area as well. I think what I'm gonna do is probably leave a section out of the trunk so I can change the fuel pump down the road if I want. So probably wanna think about getting a gas tank so I have an understanding of where that cutout would be, but we got it all sanded. Looks really nice. You know, it is a little pitted here, so probably some Bondo in this area. And same with over here. I made this patch, but it's definitely, you know, kind of missing that contour, so it needs a layer of Bondo in there. And I'd like to do that before I spray it. So I'm gonna let this sit and get some more paint so I don't run out. I know I'm probably gonna use a lot because it's really gonna be a lot of trigger action, but it's gonna be really nice once it's all painted. And that'll basically be, you know, the last of the inside area that I need to paint. And I've also been thinking about if I want to mount the seat on the other side so I can actually have someone ride in the car, you know, down the drag strip. You definitely need it mounted real securely. So I might, or I'm going to buy another seat and another bracket that connects the seat and get it mounted on that side. It's always hard, you know, you're trying to have it all come together and get it all painted. Sometimes you start to realize, you know, you have a couple more things to do. So I might just shoot it and then put them on later. We'll see. But it's coming along. It's looking good. Definitely kind of smoked the GoPro. I'm looking at it and there's a bunch of sparks on the old lens. I'm surprised it's not glass. Might be time for an upgrade anyways. But what I was doing is I cut these out, so I'm mimicking what I did on the driver's side, on the passenger side, in case I ever wanted someone to do a pass with me. So I'm gonna try and you know, get these rails basically mounted up the same way as I have it on this side and get this mounted before obviously I paint the cage. And I do still need to mount you know, some pieces of metal for the harnesses and everything. So I want to get that all done before I paint the cage, obviously, so I don't have to take it all apart or sand it and then repaint it, as I was saying, in that area. So it sounds like you need to do 1/4" steel for the mounting onto there, which seems a little excessive to me, but I think we can scrounge something up and get it mounted. It would be nice to get the harnesses that I'm going to use beforehand, so I'm sure that I have the right thing going. So we'll see what I do there. Might try and wing it, but probably would be for the best if I got, you know, another seat and some harnesses so I can know where I'm gonna put the submariner belt and, you know, make sure I have a good mounting mechanism before I get this all painted. So I'm gonna keep working on getting this seat in, though it's, you know, weekday, so have a little bit of a limited amount of time, but you know, I got this all sanded. It would be nice to get it painted before it rusts over, so we'll see. I might cut some corners and get some paint on there. Getting after it today. So what I'm making is some mounts for my roll cage harnesses. So I'm putting these on the end of this, and then these will go, I'll make some brackets, and these are gonna go behind this bar, kind of like back here, so I can just loop it around. Should be nice. Definitely gonna make some brackets that go kind of in here, and then on the other side it'd be like this to go to the roll cage, but should come out nice. We frickin' got these units welded in here, so it looks really nice. Got one of the belts for my Camaro, kind of checking it out, making sure that it's working. Looks perfect, and that guy's done as well. So now I'm gonna grind these and hit them with the DA a little bit. And then, you know, probably hit, I do want to paint these bars as well. So I'll probably hit these ones with the DA. I'll have to do a pretty good job masking this off. And then we'll be able to get this prepared. I'll try and get some paint on it tomorrow. I still, as I was saying, I need to work on this trunk area. So I'll probably paint it just in here and then do this trunk area in another session. So we're making progress. It should be really nice with this all painted. I think it's gonna kind of change the look of the car once it's all done, and especially the roof up there. So looking good, and I'll see you guys down at our other garage where the paint booth is. I got a little hitch for this thing. I don't know if I showed you, but should be able to tow it down there, and it should be nice. Keep the dust out of this place. It's already getting a little dirty. We got Stu all prepped and ready for some freaking roll cage paint. So trying to cover it up where I want to keep it nice, like this, valence panel up here, or cowl panel, and the subframe that I painted real nice. They're definitely dusty, but I can definitely clean them off and they still have a nice finish on them. So, I kind of wrapped it underneath and I got it all sanded and then, cleaned off with some wax and grease remover. And I also kind of made the decision not to, cover the floor, because I think I might try and spray it in a couple areas to bring it back a little bit. So that'll be kind of the last thing I do before it's all done. And obviously spraying back here in the roof. And I did decide to just paint this tail end of the cage. I think I'll do the trunk and, actual inside of here later. I'm gonna try and get this done tonight. So, yeah, it should be pretty nice. Definitely getting some light set up so I can see real well. And it should be really nice once this is all painted. I think it'll kind of transform the inside of the car. It'll look, kind of finished. And still got to hang these up. Definitely got to paint my door tubes. Another nice thing to have painted. So I'll throw you guys in the time lapse for, part of this. And then once it's all done, I'll get another video of it. And I'll get another video right now of what it looks like. Always hard to maintain a good time lapse, but I got this guy painted. Looks really nice. It definitely got a bunch of overspray on the floor, but you know what? You can't make everything perfect. So I got it all painted. In the back, I used the little rattle can to get underneath, but looks pretty much mint. Got the front painted as well. So that's definitely a major accomplishment. Got these ones painted as well. Now it's kind of, I got to figure out what's next. I might shave these drip rails, but for this video, I think I'm going to call it good. Got this roll cage finished up, and definitely excited to have this in here and done. These harness connectors are pretty trick, so happy how that came out. And yeah, definitely pretty significant undertaking. If you were to do a cage yourself, I'd say be ready for a lot of work. But I appreciate all you guys watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Hope to get one out a little bit sooner, but as usual, life sometimes gets in the way. See you later.